Okay. Hello everyone, this is Failure Fox. I just tried to record a video with my microphone plugged into my headphone jack, so yeah, I'm on top of the ball. This is my blueprint world, or my creative world, where I do a lot of testing here. Or I'm starting to do a lot of testing, you can kind of see it. I'm not like a redstone master like a lot of the people you see on YouTube, but I am not shabby at it, mother hell. I swear a lot more, too. Um, So 1.3 just came out, and so I've been in preparation for 1.3, been building redstone experiments here in this world in order to try and, become prepared, because there are a few things I want to build on my server once I get it updated on Sunday all the way, and I officially open it to my server mates. That's totally a word. So I've been basically doing a lot of redstoning stuff here, and I made this door. Well, the first thing I made was this door. Well, okay, no. First thing I did was some pixel art over there, because I want to put that somewhere in a real place. But first thing, pretty much after that, I'm not gonna explain details, is I made this door. Pretty default normal door, just piston doors and with ice in there. Well, no. I want it to be complicated. I like the idea of, first of all, things getting pushed down. If iron bars actually attached to pistons, I would have used iron bars, because I like the look of iron bars when they're just spread across and then push them down. And I wanted to like push them down or something. Or actually, the original purpose of this was to use doors, but pistons kill doors, so it doesn't work. So what I was going to do is I was going to push the doors into the ground, and then I was going to take the stuff, like the doors and like the block above into the ground, and then I was going to take the blocks apart. That way it's like, oh, there's a steel door. This button opens the steel door, and no, the steel doors are gone. That was the whole idea, but unfortunately it doesn't work that way. So I'm like, well, I halfway built this. What am I going to do with it? We're going to make it complicated. And in order to make this, it's not really that difficult. It's complicated, because it's got to be complicated. I freaking made it, so it's complicated as hell. First part here, comes down to here. It goes to yellow. I don't know why I have a different color here. And ignore that. That was testing if I can move ice, and I just didn't want to set up more redstone. So it goes here. This yellow is pretty much just leads up to the piston stuff where it breaks off. So right here, we have it break off to, you know what? Hold on a second. I just realized that my freaking sound is extremely high. That's good enough. Here it splits off. It has the top one and the bottom one. They are automatically aligned by being pushed down by these pistons up there. In fact, I can actually show that off. Can I have that pushed? See, everything's pushed down, and then it's pushed back up. One more time. This is a portcullis kind of style. Since it's only 2 high, that's pretty easy to do, and I don't really care about the floor. Because I like the, since the ice was showing, I was like, hey, I'll have ice on the top, and I'll show that later. Because I don't have a pulse on the other side, which makes it a little more difficult. But essentially the same difference up here. Pushes down, and then blah-de-blah. You push it down, and then it's pulled apart. And then, of course, you just have this delayed past everything else, and the sides will then pull apart the stuff. This is, honestly, if you've ever played with pistons, this is probably not very difficult to figure out. This is, and also the fact that you could look up someone else's study for easy piston doors and probably figure it out a lot easier than trying to replicate this. And then you could probably build this, and then you could probably build it better than me. Villages. Second thing I did was I tested how far ice melted, because it was breaking. Because this was a neat idea I wanted, and I'm probably going to implement this into a house somewhere. Oh, I was also playing with some of the sideways wood. This is actually kind of neat as a walkway. I'm going to try it out with other things. Now it's giving me vertigo because I see it in daylight. This was another one. This is my infinity room. I saw the prank that that is still too loud. No sound. There we go. The prank that Etho and a few other people did on the Minecraft server, which was just, you know, paintings everywhere, which is a classic prank. I've done that on my own people before. But I thought it was kind of neat. So I'm like, hey, what if everything was one painting? Would that, like, break your brain? And as it turns out, it kind of does. The one thing that I'm disappointed in is I should have made these lamps instead of music. Instead of glowstone, because glowstone shows up a lot more through it. Lamps do show up if you look like this, but they have a black line right here, so it makes it hidden. And so this is going to be a bedroom of mine sometime. And I like the, I was using stairs and I had them backwards the other way, but I hate this hole in the middle. So I turn them around so that they look kind of neat. And I'm going to use this for doors sometimes. Probably not for a bedroom, but, you know. And these are just because I'll eventually use Dokocraft someday. And walking along, yeah, I did this so I wouldn't get lost, by the way. So then I decide, hey, I'm going to make a long corridor that, like, opens up to the sides. So this is my first prototype of it. Which essentially does that, but it has the problems of being way too fast. It's only one way, and it can only be done short, otherwise it will crush you. And of course, it's a simple design. Well, it's technically it didn't have to be short, but if you continue it this design, these repeaters become really wide, really fast. And a lot of people have done things like this. There's a lot of stuff like, you know, that you can do this way. And there's ways to make that more efficient, which I will show you later. In fact, I will show you over here. Because here is my second one. This one I solved a couple of problems. As you can see, it's no longer has a problem with distance. I can make it as long as I want. And the timing is so much better. The only problem is it's still one way. And that's kind of disappointing. But it's freaking cool. So how this one was handled was, you know, basic here. And the reason why it just stands here for a little bit, you know, everything just sits here, is this. I made a delay system. This is a little more complicated than it has to be. I actually refined it a little later. Fly. See how it just kind of takes a while. The idea really is just make sure this block right here is powered for a longer time, which just means have a few different delays, hit it every once in a while. And so you can usually get like 10 ticks of delay before one won't count anymore. So like after this one, you can have like 9 or 10 ticks, then you can hit it, then like 9 or 10 ticks, then you can hit it again, then like 9 or 10, you know, you get it. You get the idea after that. And then I optimized this. This is as wide as this will ever get. It's 3 blocks wider than the piston. So this makes the wall required 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks to hide it. Which is wide. That's wide. Do not be fooled. That is bloody wide. Nope, I had it right. Wow. That's a bloody wide wall. And for a very short, very small corridor. However, it works. And that's the... But it works, and that's the point. Essentially what this does is it does things. It totally does things, man. Sign, iron, black wool. So, pointing with my pointer, and trying not to left click. Oh, I can right click with this. Cool. It does nothing. It does nothing. Obviously, these are just cascading delay. But then at this point, I have to do a weird kind of collection here in order to make the ticks proper. So this is 0 tick. 1 tick, 2 tick, 3 tick, 4 tick. Now this from 0 becomes 1, 2, 3 ticks, 4 tick, 5 tick. Since this was 4, this had to be 5. Now in order to continue this, I then make this some more ticks. And basically so I can just start over. So this needs to be a total of 6, this right here needs to be 5 ticks. in order for this to be 6 ticks because it's just 1. Well, actually, I just realized I could have, I really could have done, I could have done this. Huh. Huh. Well, yeah. So if I did, well, okay. If I do that, I actually, just need to do that. Because this will then be one more than this. Um, wait. Um, wait. Wait. It still has to be that, I think. Let me see if I broke it. One more time. Yeah, okay. That does work, actually. Huh. Well, whatever the case. Um... Oh, why did I have to science while on camera? I feel terrible now. So, let me recount a lot of this real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 3. This needs to be 5, 3, 4, 5. So that's, no, it needs to be 6. So that is then 6, and then I go 7, and then I go 8, and then I go 9, and then I move all this one more over. Yeah. So, I had to freaking figure things out while on camera. Fortunately, I can just fix this like this. This actually pretty much fixed itself by doing that. That should actually work just how it was before. Let me count the ticks one more time. That was 3, 4, 5. So 3 plus 3 is 6. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's 3. So that's 10, 13. Wait. Wait. Yes. Wait. Yes. Yes, that's right. 'Cause that's 10. So that was 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 9, 12, 12. Got it. So it should be perfect still. The other side will work fine without my change. Yeah, see, it's perfect. So, I optimized this and no longer needs to, yeah, okay, so now you better know how it works because I just did it. And then, of course, this up here is just to turn the lamps on because I like the, I didn't want to use glowstone and the lamps are just beautiful as hell. So, yeah. Both sides work perfectly the same way. It's just this one has some more repeaters. So, yeah, there you go. If you want a one-way corridor, this is the best bet. But the problem is it's still one way. So I decided, let's do some more. Let's do some more science. I figured out, I was basically decided I need to make this two-way. So this prototype was to try and fix the two-way problem. And I need to change it to day because I don't want it to be at night. Which was actually fixed. I actually got it to work both ways. Pretty much how I wanted it to. As you can see, da-da-ding. Oops. Damn it. And it closes. The only problem, though, is you can see these two act simultaneously. And I'm using redstone torches for this pattern. And it happens on both sides. all I can figure that causes this is redstone torches themselves, because I actually did an experiment with this over here, which showed that which showed that there's a pattern. There's a pattern when you use redstone torches in this way for a cascade update. Well, not cascade update, but a cascade-esque update. A cascade update would be, this one's actually changing when that one and that one and that one and that one. So I tried it this way, and as you can see, every inner two redstone torches, these two, act simultaneously. And this pattern happens regardless of your repeaters. It just seems to always happen. Now I believe I was able to make it offset with adjusting these. Like if I did this, then it would screw up the pattern. Let's see. Yeah. But that's not what I wanted. And it the problem is that's not what, I'm looking for. I'm looking for it to be this cool fast opening thing. So that unfortunately didn't work that way. Now, if this is fine for you, then here's how I did it, actually. We'll start from the beginning. From the beginning here on the blue line, because I actually started using proper wool. And, oh my gosh. And ignore this for now. This is a delay system I'll explain over there. Essentially, turn this on. For this side, it will turn and this is identical on the other side, so don't worry. I'm not going to have to worry about this. It then activates these, and this is where I have the cascade. I only used 4. You would have to actually expand this a little bit and possibly use, that design over there to try and do this another way, that way, for extended length or, super wide. But that over there should, indeed, yeah, it would work for this. I really should do that though, just proof of concept. Anyway, it should perfectly work without problems because these are repeaters. Just period, actually. So anyway, yes. What this then does is it shoots this through, turns these off, and then turns them off in their little pattern, which we've observed after I mess up. It's pretty much like that. Now, for the opposite side, I took advantage of of having multiple torches, which this is something very interesting. How repeaters and torches work. Repeaters are never powered by the block they're on, which is something that has thrown me for a loop time and time again. Therefore, this powers this block, but has no effect here. And the torch, while it's on this block, it has no effect on this block. The block has an effect on it. But this has no effect on this block, which means it doesn't power this block. Which means the blue line and the red line are actually separate. Sort of. This is part of the red line, which unfortunately should make it purple. So, while this is on, turns these off, because that's how a NOT gate works. And then these off leaves these on. So essentially, blah, blah, blah. That's pretty obvious if you played with redstone a little bit. So then this powers this block, which turns that off, which allows this to turn on, which then turns that off, and bada bing, bada ba, da da ba da ba doom, diddly loom, they got that to happen. Essentially, what we want to happen happens. It's just with that small bit of meh that I don't like. So that is good. And then, of course, I have this little delay system, which really is very simple. I messed up trying to do it a long time ago, but I've got it to work now. Essentially, what you want is this for instant or quote-unquote instant, basically near instantaneous turning on. That is the important part, because otherwise you'll wait 20 minutes for it to turn on and then 20 minutes to turn off, when all you want is it to stay open for a long time. Or heck, maybe vice versa. You want it to take a while to open, or you want it to take a while to turn off, and turn off real quickly. You just reverse this around a little bit to do that, I think. No, you would, I'm not going to talk about that right now, because that's actually, I don't know. I'm not thinking well. So, what this will do is essentially, you'll notice that this turned off pretty much right when that one turned on, which extended it for the maximum amount of time possible. This is, let's see, 1, 2, 3, because this for some reason counts as a tick. 4, and then 6, and then 9. So 9 is about the limit when going against a 1 repeater. And you must have this repeater if you're using this way of doing a delay, extended delay, or an closed delay. Because if you don't, it will just power itself. Now you could literally just have this instant by taking this wire, having completely void of all of this, and go directly to these pistons without touching this line. Then it would be instant. It would be literally instant, and then it would last long. You may have to shorten this delay slightly, because it wouldn't. It would take a quarter second to deactivate, or it would take a quarter. The original line would take less. Would deactivate a slight bit sooner. Ugh. However, if you want it to be simple and not have 2 huge lines, you just do it this way. Ta-da! That's a full model right there. Patent pending, but there's no patent actually. I lied. So the problem I had, though, is I don't like this stupid redstone torch pattern problem. Is now tomorrow, by the way, at 12 o'clock at night. And so I decided to make prototype A4 minimal redstone torch piston switch. Switch in. It's supposed to be a G on that. This one works. This one works. This one is actually a complete bloody success, and I'm pissed off about it. You want to know why? Because it is complicated as hell. Look at this. Look at this. What did I do? What did I do? I don't even know. And this is something that's actually very common for me to do. I will end up getting irritated with something. I go, you know what? Let's make it as complicated as shit, and then figure out what went wrong with that, and then try it over. One thing of note: this black is not part of it. This black is just testing. So we'll test the exit. See, it works. And then we'll go ahead and switch it, and we'll test the entrance. Da-da-da-da-da. Yay, it works. How this works is, as you noticed, I used the repeaters. But the problem with the old ones that made it one way is if you turn off the redstone signal, it's hardwired to go this direction. You can't just turn off the redstone from this direction, because repeaters are one direction. If they're a bidirection, they would be completely useless, actually. So the quest is, well, how do I get it to turn off? And that's where I went, well, if I had the torches could have, up to 5 inputs. Redstone torch can have 5 inputs into the block that they're standing on to deactivate them, or cleaning against. You can have 5 different inputs to turn them off. Unfortunately, we had that lag with it. Repeaters can only, because pistons are extended not by default, only when powered. The repeaters have to be depowered in order. At least that's from my research so far and my experimentation. Mainly because, well, if we just had the repeaters here as set as nothing, well, then they wouldn't do anything. They'd all open at once. Which I guess would be kind of impressive, but not as impressive as, this awesome cascading corridor of whoosh. Renew that real quick so I can get through. And then, of course, the really intimidating closing. That's my favorite part. And that's not chat. I need time 0. Yay for sunlight. Fly again. Whoosh. So, yeah, the problems I have been discussed there. I can be on topic, I know! So, yeah, you can't I had to use torches because only one input for a powered there's only one way to change a powered repeater, and that's to unpower it. And how do you unpower it differently? You unpower it. There's only one way to unpower things, and that's unpower it. You can't unpower it differently. You just unpower it. Okay, so maybe there is a way, but it's pretty much what I did anyway. So the point is, this is difficult to do, to make it go two ways. I, however, figured out how to do it in a very complicated manner. I may have just moments ago figured out how to do it very simply, and I'm going to be really pissed off if that's it. In fact, I'm probably going to research and try and do it, and then I'll be pissed off because I was going to do this as the end result of my findings. I am steering the camera. Okay, so my idea was, hey, so since both sides are powering this, you know, in order to cascade off, what will I do? Well, how about I just disable one? So what I did was I made it so if I turn this off, it will first cut the connection over here so that this side will not interfere with this. It will not close on this side. It will not open on this side. This side has nothing to do with it. This is important because this side will be powered first. This side, because both sides are powering. That means this side will then, this side will depower, but this side will still be powering. So when this depowers, it will be this pattern that will depower, which, as we've seen, is how it happens. I'm gonna let that power for power. I really should have set up one on this side. Pew! Will that work? Pew! See? All of those turned off first, but because these were still powered, they stayed extended for a moment longer. And then when these depowered one by one, it moved. Let me get those torches back. I didn't even think I would hit that. Alright. Similarly, those would set up, and then this would then move back into place right after it's finished. Unfortunately, this, having it delay, the delay was important, because if I didn't have the, you know, extended delay here, this is another kind of version of that a closing delay. This is actually the most simple version. But if I don't have that, it'll still work. It'll still work just fine. But when you close, when it closes the opposite direction because this one powers first. And I wanted it to power the other direction. So if you really don't care, then you can actually ignore this delay down here. But this piston is still required for it to work. Where did I break that? I broke it right there, you idiot. Why did you leave it go down the hole? There we go. And essentially, it's the exact same thing on the other direction. I used, again, this little idea of powering this same block, though I used the adjustments here. And then this will then power up here. Now, as for why this is like this, I was having trouble getting things to synchronize, and this was one of the big differences. I don't know why this works, by the way, because if I do this, it no longer works, even though it looks like it does, and now it does. Whatever. I guess that's because this is technically counting as this, which won't work even when it's powered. If it's not directional, it doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't power things, which is why if you have like this, sometimes it doesn't work for things. It has to be, you know, a line. So I'm guessing it's registering as that when it's like this, and this actually makes it a line because that's how it works. Anyway, so that's a fun little. That's actually a really fun little way of hiding redstone, actually, because if you put like a half block down here, then it is completely hidden. In fact, I'm going to show that off because I don't need to stay on topic. I mean, who the frig would want that? See, you can hide that. Sort of. That's still exposed. But, you know, there are tricky ways. In fact, actually, I think now, yeah, you can just completely hide it that way. like it matters. I just realized because you're never... Shut up. Anyway, that's not important, but that's a cool thing that you can hide your redstone with, so there's a fun thing. Don't put a solid block there, because if you put a solid block, if you put a solid block here, then it breaks it, because that's how solid blocks work. My mouth is getting tired from talking too much, so what I need to do is this mess here. It's mostly to keep these separate, because if they were right next to each other, they would all activate at the same time. And yeah, okay, well, I could just adjust them here, except then that's hard-coded. It has to be from here and from here that adjust it when they meet the block that connects to it. And if I have, you know, redstone here, it now is tangled up. It'll get tangled up really fast. So I had to have them at least one block apart, which was a little more difficult to do than I thought, which means this unfortunately has to remain short. However, my next prototype will probably fix that part. You want to know why? Because I think I may have figured out science again. Also, if I, you know, went up and down with this a little bit more, it probably would have worked, you know, just how I often do, or how you do, like, the punch card machine, is you would then, like, you would have, like, this forward, then you would have this one falling down a block, and then down another block, and then, like, this one going up a block, or have a repeater so that they're separate, and then go up a block, and things like that. That's pretty much how you would do it that way. You know, and vice versa, and stuff like that. You know, how it works properly. So, that's that. This was science. I've been doing this for like 6 hours. I made fried rice tonight. It was very delicious. I'm tired. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. There's a village over there. I made those. I made a lot of stuff here. Most everything corridor-wise. This corridor and everything else I showed you beyond it was made tonight. Scienced out. It was scienced out, man. You can stop the video, by the way. I'm just gonna rant for the next 15 minutes. I scienced this so far out that it was so much science, you don't even know. You don't even know. It was, get the pointer, it was science, science, science everywhere. I scienced, oh shit, I fucked that up. I scienced it. It was science. Science. Did. With pistons. 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 One of the only problems with this, though, is if I run across, is it'll then reverse, because it'll activate this side, unfortunately. The way to do that is to put a longer delay on this one, but I really didn't want to bother with that, because I would have to have a second delay. I would have to actually start making a essentially just like do this. But all the time, and then it probably would work right. In fact, let's test that now. All against the wall. Yeah. No, it still did it! No! Did I not activate it? Did it not turn on? It turned on. More science it! Put more repeaters! That'll fix everything! That'll fix everything. What the fuck? Now I'm kind of pissed off. Science it. Hmm. Wait a second, what? What? Wait a second, what? Wait a second. What? How? Wait a second. What? How did that turn on? Wait a second. Wait a second. Something. Wait a second. Wait a second. Second. Wait. Third second. Fourth second. Wait. Fifth second. Wait. Wait. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Wait. Wait a second. Wait a second. Also, I think this is messing it up now. Except I forgot what that fixed. I forgot what that fixed. That fixed something. No time like the present to mess up all your stuff, right? But wait. I'm confused because this changing this made something. Yeah, did you hear that? That shouldn't have happened. While this is on, this should be open, which means none of this should change. Except now it's off. Why is this off? Because it's closed. Why is it closed? Because I'm a dumbass, and that is what this does. Wow, I am stupid. Feg. That was the whole point of this, was stop that from happening. Why? Oh! Okay. What I was trying to do was just figure out... Yeah, see, it takes a little bit. So, turn that off. Okay, and that's a problem right there. You see how it, a quick pulse messed it up. Well, it's a couple seconds of pulse, so that's why it normally works. Yeah, so this doesn't line up, so probably if I did it one more bloody time... Why am I doing this on camera? I don't know, because I'm friggin' tired and stupid. I don't know. This is how you do science, I guess. Not really. This is not how you do science. This is actually a very bad way of doing science. Science, you would do research first. Oh, wait. No, I wanted that up there. Doop. I'm lost. I forgot how to do this now. My screen's at an angle. Alright, so this... Oops. Yeah, that made it last a lot longer, so maybe this might work. Now that I have a ridiculous delay on there. Yes, I made it work. Okay, yay, yeah, okay, yeah, okay, yeah, okay, yeah, okay, yeah, okay, yeah, okay, yeah. Pointer. I need to freaking go to bed. But I don't want to. Nonetheless, I need to just turn this off because this is starting to become kind of obsessive, and I'm going to put this on there. I need more light. Let there be light. Light for days! Light for everyone! Ah! I hope you enjoyed this scientific explanation of doors. In the future, I'm going to try and simplify this a little bit, condense it, because this is really awkward, and for what I want to use it for, way too big. What I'll probably end up doing is making a one-way door into my Tower of Doom. In the end, however, if I can condense this a little bit, make it go underground, whatever, I will then replicate it on both sides, and then I will then show a final product eventually, when I get this out of prototype stage. So, yeah, thank you for watching. I hope that at least you have some ideas on this. If you have some ideas on how I might be able to make this a little bit more condensed, I would appreciate a video response, actually, because me understanding how people want me to do things in Minecraft via text is extremely difficult for me, because I hear things and I see things and I read things very, very differently sometimes. Not dyslexically, just stupidly, because I'm not the brightest person, everyone, all the time. I'm not always very clever. Clever Fox, not that much. So I would appreciate any suggestions, anything. If you've listened this long, I am extremely sorry because I have not been very after I showed this off for you know exactly why because you watched it. Ahem. Nervous laughter. Haha. All right. So, thank you for watching. I didn't explain shit out of this. Yes, I did. Okay. Okay. Anyway, thanks again. Uh, as I said, for the 15th time, suggestions, comments, I'd love them. I play with redstone. Okay. Thank you very much. I'm going to go kill myself now. Bye-bye.